7:42, Power Trip Morning Show. Tuesday morning, Tuesday Tire Sale. But not for Cheryl Reeves. She's all fired up. Camp has begun. The first Lynx game, the 14th of May. The first home game for your Lynx, the 17th of May. Here's Cheryl Reeves. She's happy to get things started.
Really good. Much like probably all coaches are going to feel, the energy is really high, right? There's 12 teams in the WNBA that are excited to be doing what they're doing. It's been a long off season, so we're excited to get back together. And I'm sure every coach will tell you that the execution is not where they want it to be. To this point, what we've constructed in terms of style play is based on the skill that we have, what our strengths are, what we perceive our strengths to be. We're much further along with that than what we were this time last year. Much further along.
There you go, Marnes, Cheryl Reeves.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, she's excited. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. The Lynx, for a lot of people's intents and purposes, overachieved last year. They exceeded their expectations of like win totals, outsider expectations, I should say, because Cheryl probably expected that they would win the title and does every year. So to have that as your base and to have two rookies who played starters minutes and gave starting production as true rookies in the WNBA last year come back for second years, I think there's a lot to be excited about Minnesota Lynx basketball.
I mean, or they could have done the right thing and just lose every game and maximize their opportunity to get Caitlin Clark, who grew up a Lynx fan.
Yay. No, Rosie.
That's not going to happen.
No, she's playing for Indiana. I mean, she loves the Lynx. Can we just ask the Fever if they'd like to
yes,
let
we
us
can.
borrow her
We
for
can
a little
ask,
bit?
yes. We can see how that goes.
No, bleep you. That's not that good.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Accessories Pro.
The Minnesota Vikings picked up the fifth-year option on Christian Darrisaw. He was the 23rd overall pick in 2021, so he will still likely get an extension in the next 12 months, but just in case that falls flat or they have some snags in the negotiations, he would be locked in at 2025 for around $16 million. So they did this with Justin Jefferson last year, but I think before that it was something like 4 straight years without picking up the fifth-year option
On
our first rounder.
Yeah, right.
It's a great sign, though, that it's 2 years in a row. That means they've drafted very good players.
Yep.
Because wasn't the bit we learned over draft weekend that the Patriots hadn't done it in like 20? The last guy to do it was maybe, who's the quarterback before Brady?
JJ Rudon.
JJ Rudon. They did it with him back in like 93 or whatever. Like they hadn't done it in like 25 years. That's a good sign. That means this is going in the right
if it really
direction.
Was JJ Rudon.
Who is JJ Rudon?
I don't know how long the fifth-year option even has been a thing.
5 years.
Well, it was the Patriots haven't signed a rookie to a second contract, I think, since Drew Bledsoe. I think that was the stat.
A rookie quarterback? Or
no, just a rookie contract.
First year.
Somebody they drafted in the first round.
First round.
Yeah, they haven't signed to
It's been over 10 years. Yeah, it says the Patriots haven't signed a player they drafted in the first 3 rounds to a second contract since, they signed a third-round pick back in 2013.
I think a first-round pick is even longer. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't seem like the stat is on lockdown. Well, that's also, again, the point where if Belichick was raving about one of our picks, Dallas Turner, right?
Yeah, and McCarthy.
Listen to his history. So
then it might be over.
It might be over for the Vikings.
Yep.
How dare you?
That's not good.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah. So there you go. And there's a complete breakdown on Vikings.com. I won't go through it all, but if you want to know how like the experts saw your Minnesota Vikings drafts, it's pretty varied,
It's mixed.
Yeah, Mel Kiper did not like it.
He gave it overall a C+.
That's ridiculous.
He thought they reached for McCarthy, and he thought that Dallas Turner is better, but taking J.J. McCarthy couldn't outweigh taking Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Both of those guys were on with Paul Allen yesterday.
They were. Did you get to hear it?
I did, yeah. I heard the J.J. McCarthy one. It was great.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He just asked him what number he was going to wear. He said number 9. He asked him all kinds of things about football, and he's just very good.
So he's going to be.
That was your takeaway.
You listened to it. He's going to wear number 9, and he talked about football.
Yeah, and he's going to be good.
Wow, your retention level is.
My what?
Does he like football?
He loves it.
Has he played it before?
Yeah.
Were there other numbers he considered?
I don't think so. I didn't listen that hard.
PA didn't ask the follow-up?
No, I think it's just 9.
Yeah.
Like, did he think about using number 1?
I mean, you could see he thought about it. Yeah.
Would
I
it be
guess.
preposterous for JJ McCarthy to be like, number 2 would probably look good in purple?
I mean, it's not preposterous.
Do we have somebody on the team currently who wears number 3? And if not, would JJ be interested?
I think he thought about it.
If your number 2's purple, you've been drinking too much Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Call Hawk's dad.
Or prunes or something?
Ugh. Prunes are yucky.
You like raisins?
Yeah. No, but
Did PA ask JJ McCarthy whether or not he eats raisins?
I wasn't listening that well, if you can.
Apparently not. He didn't say anything else.
Number 9. And they talk football.
Yeah.
Today, by the way, speaking of raisins, how weird is this?
A YouGov poll says 35% of us don't eat them. Not in a box, not in a cookie. Millennials hate the dried grapes so much, Sun-Made Raisin Company launched an ad campaign in 2019 to win them over. It didn't work. Neither did the dancing raisins in 1986 for Gen Xers. But they are good for us, high in potassium and known to stimulate libido. If you're among the 60...
What?
Hang on. Raisins stimulate libido?
Potassium and known to stimulate libido. If you're among the 65% who do eat them, happy National Raisin Day. I'm Bree Tennis.
All right, Bree Tennis is spitting nonsense because raisins are awesome, number 1. And number 2,
Yucky.
You eat
You eat
raisins?
raisins?
and I like oatmeal raisin cookies too, by the way.
I'm shocked.
But the other thing she is just dead wrong on, and I want to see the stats to prove me
The
wrong.
whole thing about getting an erection?
No. Our generation loved the California
Yes.
raisins.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that made us eat raisins, but we
No.
all got very intrigued by raisins who could play brass instruments. I wanted
Yeah.
like when Hardee's had the California.
collectibles.
Yeah, I had all of them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you
Had to
went
go
to
to Hardee's.
Hardee's when they changed and had the next one available.
Yes.
You made sure you got there.
You know I was getting that saxophone raisin.
Yes.
I
Had to.
can't believe you eat raisins.
Yeah, I can't either.
I'm really
and
shocked
I'm
by
also
that.
shocked, and I'm glad we're on the same page. Oatmeal raisin cookies are incredible.
Fantastic.
No.
I'm shocked you eat them.
No.
They're so good.
Bleep
oh.
Well, I'm an adult. I eat adult foods.
Do you like Raisin Bran, the
Sure.
cereal?
What?
Do you like raisin bread?
Raisin bread?
Yeah, I'd eat raisin bread. Cinnamon raisin bread. A+.
Have you been
With a
lying
little
to
butter
us
on
the
it?
whole time?
Yeah.
No,
Wait, do you
look,
like milk though?
I don't like raisin bran and
Wait,
milk.
what did we
There's
call
like
it
3
earlier,
cereals
Hawk?
I like with
What'd you
milk and
call it?
raisin bran is not one of
Tea
them.
Cow tea juice?
Yeah.
No, there are probably 4 or 5 things that I picked up in my childhood that make no sense for the rest of my diet. Raisins is definitely one of them because that is, if I had not had it as a kid, no chance I'm eating a dried
They're a
grape.
little sweet, though.
No
Nothing
chance.
They're
tastes-
good. Raisins are
nothing-
I
great.
love raisins.
do
Nothing
you-
tastes more like it looks than a raisin.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Would you eat Raisin Bran with water?
No,
Dry.
just dry. Let's go for it.
Raisins look like an old lady died in the sun and somebody took her fingers and ate them.
Oh, I can't believe
And
you
they
hate
taste
them.
like that too.
You had me at the dead old lady.
Raisins are great.
Would you eat the Raisinets in the little red box? Like you could get in your lunch at school.
Yeah.
Would you eat just straight raisins?
100%.
Max, I'm talking about the food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, raisins are great.
I'm shocked.
I would eat them on a boat. I would eat
Yeah.
them with a goat.
How about the yellow raisins?
The what now?
Like the
Oh,
gold,
yeah.
the gold colored.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's probably where I draw the line, and I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
didn't
Yeah,
know they were
gold.
yellows.
They're
Yeah,
from
the
white
golden-
grapes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The
The hell?
only
Oh,
time,
White grape juice, also elite.
the
What?
only
Oh, yeah.
raisins
What?
I
Love
can
white grape
even
juice.
think of
Grape
that I would
juice.
eat is in a handful of trail mix. And that's if it's a big handful and there's
Yeah.
maybe 1 to 2 raisins, and
Yeah.
there better be M&Ms.
The
in there.
raisins are the best part.
Here's why I'm a psycho. Trail mix, disgusting. Get those raisins out of there. I'm not mixing with all that stuff. Gross.
God, you are.
That's
bizarre.
real weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max,
would've
are you with
lost
me
a
on the
lot of
trail
money.
mix?
Yeah, trail mix is elite.
okay.
Yeah,
Elite.
but I do like raisins.
Yeah, of
though.
course.
I do like raisins.
Did it change your appreciation for jazz?
Yeah, it did. It made me appreciate music on a higher level. I love the dancing raisins. I don't even know where the hell I saw them, but I just remember loving them.
Here's how young I am. I didn't know Heard It Through the Grapevine wasn't theirs until I got much older. I thought it was just for the commercials.
Well, here's how much I hate raisins. I wouldn't eat them for a better beaner.
A better,
know what I mean.
a better what?
Oh my god.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
I think he meant wiener.
Okay.
That was a boner wiener. A beaner.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What?
I bet you would.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I bet you would. If somebody came out today, if Bree Tennis just said, forget libido, have a bunch of raisinets and it's going to grow, you would be
Oh, wait a
Going to
minute. Now, that's a
Costco and
different thing.
stocking up.
I just thought you meant like if we're talking just a more solid version of what I've already got.
Oh,
it ain't worth it.
solid. No, I mean growing.
But if I make a grow, I'm buying a grape farm and shining extra sunlight.
Yeah.
I'm be Trails in the Sand by Peter Dragon.
You love that book.
It's my favorite book. What are you guys laughing at? What did I say
And
wrong?
your next band is going to be Better Beaner.
Yeah.
Could you guys please stop?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what it means. What did I say?
yeah, don't worry about it.
Man, am I old, Marnes?
Definitely, you're going to want to plead ignorance on this one. Let's
I
move
never
on.
even questioned why would Hardee's have raisins.
That's a good point, too.
What
I never
was
thought of
the
that
connection to that?
Do you know?
Wasn't Hardy's bit those cinnamon
Yeah.
raisin
They have the breakfast things.
Yeah.
Those-
Wow, that
They
is
don't
a
have those
deep
anymore, do they?
cut
Yeah, yeah.
to
Oh,
say, let's
interesting.
serve some sort of a dessert. It's got a raisin in it. Boom.
Let me
Man.
tell you, it's a breakfast thing, and it's those were elite. I don't remember. I don't know if they still have them. They do have them, you think? The breakfast like pastries with the raisins and the cinnamon and the. Oh, am I on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused. now.
Man, a good cinnamon raisin bread is just the best.
So good. And then like with the cinnamon stuff on top of the bread when you cook it and it gets a little so good. You know what I mean?
I do. I just want
Like it caramelizes
Isn't
a
it
little
called
bit.
like chunky bread?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
No, that's what your mom
clunky
called it when she gave it to you.
I just wanted you to finish that thought because it sounded like you were just describing the existence of cinnamon.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to get to like a paste or like
Here's
Marty
not
said,
the
a
peanut butter. I had to put it on
caramelization.
Chunky's bread.
Oh, okay. Nobody in my family called me chunky.
Yeah, they called you Behemoth and then you time traveled.
Not to your face.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Who pooped in these underwear? Chunky.
Okay.
This is, by the
Who
way,
killed their dentist? Chunky.
this is Vikings news.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that,
They're purple, like raisins. That
Speaking of
counts.
LeBron James. I was reading this in the Athletic today. Looming over the entire summer will be the future of LeBron James.
Oh, God, here we go again.
He has a $51.4 million player option for next season. Per the Athletics reporting, the team desperately wants him back and is amenable to both a 3-year max extension, which would go to 42 years of age for him, and they would agree to draft his son.
Ugh. So Brian Windhorst was on ESPN this morning saying that he believes LeBron will opt out, right? Not take this 1-year option. He's going to sign a new deal. He said he believes LeBron intends to stay in Los Angeles, but it's LeBron. He can't help himself. Even if you think he's the GOAT, and I don't, but even if you think that he is, he just has to do this. Like every time he has an opportunity to say, I want to be mysterious and I want all eyes on me and I'm going to make a big decision. He can't just help himself and go, yeah, that was a terrible series against Denver. That's not what I wanted it to be like, but we're going to run it back. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to come back to the Lakers. He just can't do that. No. He has to. Somebody asked him, hey, have you even thought about that being your last game? And he goes, no, I'm not going to answer that.
Then he left.
And he smiled and walked off. You're like, for God's sakes, dude.
He did the same thing last year.
It's just unbearable.
Yeah,
Is he
this
still
is
any
why.
good? I mean,
He's still really good.
He is statistically better. What was the stat that I heard the other day? It was something like. Oh man, look this up, Sauce. Why am I asking you?
Yeah, Max,
somebody else looked this up, but it was something like at his age, he has scored more points than every other, 39-year-old? Mm-hmm. Like every other 39-year-old combined, he has more points than them. Or something like it's a crazy stat. Man, that might be a little bit off.
It says
maybe playoff points.
LeBron James has scored more points in his 21st season than all other players in their 21st season combined.
There we go.
I saw.
So it's not age, it's 21st season. So everybody else that made it this long in their career, they're sitting on the bench or just holding on. LeBron is still at an elite kind of all NBA, not first team, but all NBA-ish kind of level.
And throwing fits like a child.
Yeah.
Did you see him jumping up and down on the floor the other day?
Yeah.
That's probably never going to change.
That Lakers team would drive me crazy, too. They're just so inept, and their basketball IQ is so low. Their problem is that LeBron James is still the best player on the team.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're Bronny James, though, do you want that situation for the Lakers to draft you? I mean, he didn't even start at USC.
Right.
He averaged 5 points per game. So then do you want a courtesy draft? And then you got to look around at guys you're taking a spot from?
Well, I think that's why LeBron has been saying, I think it was his way to guarantee that Bronny gets drafted. Like,
right.
by saying,
but
like, I'm
if I'm Bronny, I'm like, oh, this kind of...
Maybe.
I mean, it's great, and what a wonderful father-son story, but...
Never been done, right? I mean...
How great,
no
though?
matter what, though.
does he need to go to the G League? Is he going to have a spot on the Lakers bench and just
he'll be on
sit
the team,
there?
Yeah, I mean,
How
Giannis,
great is
No, if
somebody
he
else
didn't
drafts
deserve
him,
it,
though?
he didn't earn it.
Giannis's brother plays, so
He's terrible.
that answers that question.
It's gonna be the most nepotism we've ever seen, though. If LeBron only goes back to the Lakers if they draft his kid, I'm with you. The same way I'm more mad if I'm Michael Penix than if I'm Kirk Cousins. I'd be pissed if I'm Penix. I'd be pissed if I was Bronny. If that's the situation, it's like, thanks, Dad.
That's his
Great.
only shot at
Yeah, I
the
was
NBA.
going to say, unless you believe that
so
you're...
it's either that... you can't just go into the lottery and do it on your own.
You know what's crazy though? Is a couple of years ago, it was legit. He was one of the most highly sought recruits in the country because it looked like he was going to be an NBA lottery pick kind of talent. It just hasn't worked out the last year and a half.
The scouts are
He just
saying
needs a chance.
his defense is good. He just isn't any good at scoring.
I
So
think
some
in,
scouts are saying that he can.
One of their biggest games of the year, I think he played 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He barely plays.
He has like 2 years left of eligibility
I think
if he wanted to. So it's not like it's over and he can't improve anymore. But if he went to the draft now,
it's no different than somebody graduating from college with a father who owns a company.
Right.
You're gonna
that's true.
right.
That's true. It's just so high profile and everyone will know. And maybe that's fine. Maybe that's all they want. I'm just saying there's the piece of him that might be like, ugh.
If I'm a team, I'm not going to let
this.
the Lakers. I'm taking Bronny. If that means I have a chance at getting LeBron James to join my team, then yeah, why not?
Second
Use a
rounders
second
are a
round
disaster
pick. Yeah.
anyway.
If I'm the Wolves, sure.
8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show with Mower, with Marney Gellner, with Max, with Sauce, with Chris. I'm Corey. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
And that was Den of Thieves of Spoils of War, local music on the Power Trip.
See Creed reunite at Treasure Island. Rock out to songs like Higher, With Arms Wide Open, and My Sacrifice when they take the stage with 3 Doors Down and Finger 11 on Saturday, August 17th. Additional general admission tickets are available now at ticasino.com, but caller 11 will win their way in with a pair of tickets. Call 800-320-5326 right now.
Hawk, can I tell you about a concert quick that I went to and something that kind of surprised me?
We have no interest in what's going on with you.
Okay.
I would like to know.
Never mind.
I would like to know.
I went to Lauren Elena like 2 weeks ago at Mystic Lake.
Yeah.
And she's a country singer for the boys, for the fellas. First of all, we ate at the steakhouse there, walked in, and Lauren Elena was at the table next to us. There's a group of 4 of us. You guys know Haley. She was part of that. And
of course.
My friend Gina, she's a gynecologist. We call her Vagina. Writes itself.
Yep.
And Bridget. So the 4 of us walk into the steakhouse, and Lauren Elena is next to us, and her family is there. So her mom lives in Minnesota. She's from Georgia, but I think a second marriage probably. So it was like her mom, stepdad, a sister. There were a table of 6. And I stared at her the whole time. Sorry, Lauren. Anyway, so she gives this show. She was great, super engaging, sang. I got to play the bongos there because I had to move my mic. Sang her A off. It was awesome. Where we ended up sitting was right behind her mom, who was in the front row, and we were in like the 3rd or 4th row. And it was adorable to watch her mom singing back to her, totally engaged, every word. As a mom with a daughter, I was like, holy cow. Imagine the pride. The pride you would feel at watching something like that. Anyway, as she got towards the end of the show, Lauren said to the audience, they're strumming out their final string. She said, "Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. Great crowd. If you want to meet me, I'll be at my merch table signing autographs, taking photos. Anybody who buys a T-shirt, you get a photo and an autograph."
Nice.
When we walked out, which we let the venue clear a little bit, when we walked out, there had to be 300 people in the merchandise line. Wow. Easily. It was going to be a 2-hour venture for her.
Wow.
and I know
That's
she's not
moving merch, though.
she's not
That's selling
Taylor
some
Swift
product.
famous, but she has over 1 million followers on Instagram. She's had some hits, but I was like, wow, that's either genius or you just cost yourself another 3 hours of work tonight. But you're right, Corey. She is moving merch.
Moving merch.
She is meeting fans, but she is committed, and she just flat out said it. Yeah, if you want to meet me, just buy a T-shirt. I'll be there all night. And I could not believe it. Went all the way around the hall, went out into the casino. The line
I think
for
that's
people.
super smart.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that can do that, if you can drop the ego for a second and say, I got a couple hours to kill to strengthen those fans' love for me and make some money on the merch, I think it's super smart. A lot of comics do that with smaller comedy shows, right? If you go to see somebody at Acme, almost always they're out in that restaurant after the show just hanging. So you can say hi to them.
Sure.
I think that's critical, right?
Yeah, and
Big
it's
time.
a wonderful way to connect with your audience. But there are a lot of people, I bet, who would want no part of that.
Yeah.
People who don't like people.
Or that's just a
for
giant
example.
time commitment, right? Maybe it's like, I just can't sit here for 3 hours and
For sure.
sign autographs and
For
take
sure.
pictures. It's
Because you
just too
just
much
put
time.
on, you just put on a full show.
Right.
Yeah,
But she had a good full belly because she ate at the steakhouse.
Right.
That's true. It's as important as actually playing the show, though. I mean, that making that one-on-one connection with people, that people are going to tell people, and people are going to. It's just a great way to do business. It really is a business move.
I thought it was really, really cool.
So you
and
did wait in line or you did not?
I did not. I thought about it, and then I saw the line, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Hawk, do you have any music of hers in the system?
I'm sure that I do. Let me take a look. I mean, they play on
We're not
KFAN,
allowed to
right?
play it, though.
We can play
you
it
want
for
me to
like
sing
10
it?
seconds. No, Hawk can
Kick
find it. This is her? Is she open with this?
Is this her clothes? This is when she said, I'll be at the merch table.
I think I hear her mom back there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what you hear, mom.
I'd go see this.
Yeah.
Better than Drake.
No wonder 300 people stood in line.
So she might have got some of that steak stuck in her throat there. No, that was Yoko Ono, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
My fault. I completely
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Paul, your hands up.
Wood Hawk.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure. Like,
And then she'd be like, oh no.
you know how it'd sound?
Yeah.
You wish.
This is me.
Brilliant.
That's the sound
Have you
of her in
guys
her
seen
car
that
driving
bit
away.
where Lennon is singing with Chuck Berry and she's in the background with the microphone?
Former premier of Russia?
And no, I.E. Lennon. And she's just, they start playing some song and she just starts screaming into the microphone. And it looks like Chuck Berry, he's so pissed. It's not a very good non-visual.
Chuck Berry had
thing.
no respect for the Beatles at all. Like, he was super outwardly disrespectful.
Did he really?
Yeah, he
he was
basically
pissed,
said that they play one chord and he's not impressed.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was
Wow,
pissed at
that's
the world.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pissed at the world and had good reason to be. But, you know, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, just create rock and roll. No big deal.
Right.
Oh, you nailed it.
It's one of my better jokes.
I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it always does. Here we go. The sports.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and Remodelers.
All right, Game 1, Wolves and Nuggets Saturday, Marnie. Saturday, Game 1 in Colorado.
And we don't know the game time yet. We do know that strategy has already begun. And I find it fascinating. I've heard Chris Finch talk about this even throughout the regular season, that everything is a puzzle. And you just have to try to figure out the puzzle. And in the postseason, every game, even within the same series, the puzzle changes. So I think we will probably see a little more strategy than we did against the Phoenix Suns, because I feel like for the most part, our guys guarded the same guys throughout the series against Phoenix because it worked. So why would you change it?
Yep.
But I feel like this will be a series where that stuff changes more. There'll be more subtle nuances and just little things to pick apart, because I just feel like it'll be, well, not a sweep by either team. And there are just too many good players that you can do that chess kind of movement with. I'm going to say Wolves in 7. It's going to be dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be dramatic. We're going to dagger them in Denver. Oh, my God.
That'll be sweet.
Tell him, Lawrence.
Here's Michael Connolly Jr. on round 2. What?
It's just funny the way you say it.
It's close enough.
What? How do you say it?
Isn't it Mike?
I don't care.
The games become bigger and bigger. You know, every game is your biggest game of your life, and we got to be ready to go because, you know, the lights get bigger, you know, moments get bigger, and teams get smarter. Teams, you know, start figuring out what other teams did against you and trying to figure out ways to attack you. So there's going to be a lot of film on you, and you have to be able to manipulate that and still try to find a way to win. So it's going to take a lot mentally and a lot physically from us.
Got to win game 1. You just have to. You just
That's
do.
asking a lot.
No, but like we saw that.
Is it over if they lose game 1?
No, but like in the Sun series, that's all we said was you got to get this
but
first game.
That was us at home after getting drilled 3 times. I would have said for the Suns, you got to win the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just to prove you can play with them because we got drilled in 3 first quarters in a row. I don't think the Wolves need to win game 1 in Denver. It would be awesome. It would send a hell of a message. But I don't think if you lose game 1, you're like, well, we got no shot.
No, it would just be sweet.
It would totally
that changes things. Sure, it would be sweet.
But what if they go? What if they lose both of them? That's not good, right?
No, but it's also what you're quote unquote supposed to do. Denver's supposed to win their 2 home games, then we're supposed to come to Minnesota and we win those 2 games, and then you duke it out.
What if we lose the first 3? Is that good?
That's more of a problem.
What do you think of our chances if we lose the first 4?
Yeah, I mean,
sad.
I don't love our chances.
But we kind of previewed this yesterday that if the Nuggets beat the Lakers last night, and they did, that both teams would get lengthy layoffs. So neither team's going to have the rust factor as an excuse, right? You don't have that like, well, they just played and we've been sitting around for a week and a half. Both teams are going to have long rest. And if you are an optimist, right, the Wolves got drilled, to use your word, by the Phoenix Suns on a Sunday, right? And then Saturday was game 1 and they blew them out by 25.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe that's all this team needs is a good 6 days to look at the Nuggets, look at film and go, we can do this. We just rocked the Phoenix Suns. Old guard out, new guard in. Let's do it. When do they actually get to Denver?
Either Thursday or Friday. I don't know. I haven't seen the travel itinerary. I don't know how Chris Finch's knee issue is going to affect things. I had heard they expected him to have surgery this week.
Touch it.
And not do that. But they would, well, if you play Saturday, you have to at least be in Denver on Friday. And some teams would like to go on Thursday
to acclimate,
to get acclimated, if you want to use the altitude thing. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying it's a possibility. But one thing Ant talked about when the Wolves had that week between games against the regular season, or between regular season and postseason against Phoenix, he said he got in the best shape of his life. And I didn't quite understand that, like in 1 week and a week when you're supposed to like get a little rest, when you're supposed to get your body right. He said, well, I got in the best shape of my life. And he said that multiple times.
Yeah, maybe he ate clean for 6 days, worked out consistently.
Maybe sleeping made his abs pop.
Sure.
And maybe not playing games every other night made him feel better and like he was in the best shape of his life. We saw him go down a couple of times in Phoenix and grab his ankles, so it might be a little tender. Yeah. He changed shoes.
That happens with Ant, though. I feel like he'll always have some little nick or something, and then he'll just come right back.
Yeah,
he's an incredible healer. But a week between games will certainly be helpful to him, especially if that ankle's tender.
And even more key for Denver because Jamal Murray's been dealing with like a calf strain, so they'll be fully healthy.
We don't want that, though.
No, we don't want that.
You're cheering for injuries?
No, I'm just saying.
Denver is the Mile High City. How many of the 4 of us believe Sauce knows how many feet are in a mile?
Oh, man.
Max always has faith in Sauce.
Yeah, I do.
Do you think he knows the number of feet in a mile?
To the exact foot.
The exact number.
To the extreme.
I'm going to say he's going to be close. He's going to be in the ballpark, but not
You're going to say no. Max?
I don't know. I think he's putting on a poker face right now. I think my boy knows
looking
this.
at the length.
So you're saying yes. Marnie's saying close, but not quite. Chris, yes or no?
I say he does, yes.
He does.
It's 5,216 feet.
Oh, my God, Marnie, you were correct.
Is it
5,280.
Oh.
5,280.
Is it long?
You were right.
It's
Ballpark but
actually
off.
printed in
It's on the court.
free throw
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I never
lane
noticed that.
in Denver, which I think is on purpose so that opponents are always thinking about it.
Yep.
They're always thinking about, oh, yeah, my lungs do burn. Oh, yeah, I am tired because I'm in altitude. That's the thought, anyway.
Right on the court there, 5,280.
Everything
You'll see it on
burns.
Saturday. Everything does burn, Marnes.
Yeah, when
That's not good.
when you're up there and it's high and you're trying to run.
Yep. Tonight in the NBA, Sixers at the Knicks. The Knicks have a chance to close them out. They're up 3-1. They're 4-point favorites on DraftKings. The
Thanks
Magic
for the
are. You're welcome. The Magic are at the Cavs. That series is tied at 2. Nobody's watching that series. The Cavs are -4.5 on DraftKings, and then the final one, Pacers at Bucks at 8:30. I think Giannis and Dame still both expected to not play.
They're super doubtful.
So that's pretty bad when they're at Milwaukee and the Pacers are 3.5-point favorites and they are up 3-1.
I do not like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's bad timing.
It's nice.
Tonight in the NHL, Toronto's at Boston, with Boston having a chance to close it out, and it sounds like Austin Matthews is sick. Not sure if he's playing or not. I think his status is in doubt. Islanders at Carolina at 6:30. That game series, is 3-1 as well. All these, by the way, are 3-1. All 4 games tonight could be closeout games. So Carolina's up 3-1. They host New York. Colorado's at Winnipeg. Colorado's up 3-1 in Nashville, and Jason Zucker at Vancouver with the Couve up 3-1.
Pounding it.
Yep.
Jeez.
Let's go. Go, Jason. Get him done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
barely
over.
hanging on there.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. That sucks.
Sorry, Jason.
Oh, you never know. Maybe they turned it
What
around.
song is that?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I
The
won't.
song I wrote for your dad
Oh, yeah? For what?
for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah? What'd you guys do on Valentine's Day?
Scissor.
They went to Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
You scissored my dad. Ick.
I sat with my laptop open last night for 1 hour trying to write jokes.
I hope
I came up with one.
Yeah.
I started on 2 others that I can't get the punchline for, and I think I'm going to have to bury this bit.
Would it help
a good
if
idea.
you got halfway through the joke and we interrupted you?
Yes, because then I could pretend like, well, now I'm not even going to do the punchline. In reality, I don't have
What
it.
if we come back, you do your one joke, and then you do the setups for the other 2, and we workshop them as a
Okay.
team?
Yes, please.
Sauce is a professional comedian. He's a paid
I've seen him.
stand-up
He's
comedian. He can finish
hilarious.
these jokes.
Thank you, Marnes.
Headlines and jokey time with Marty after this Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
This is Ty Whips and Fix Me Up.
After the Power Trip, it's 9 to noon, where we begin previewing Wolves and Nuggets in the NBA playoffs. Brandon Cristal covers Denver sports. He kicks off the show at 9. Trent Tucker in studio at 11. Christian Darrisaw, that 5th-year option. Good thing we got Ben Gessling in studio at 10. It's 9 to noon after the Power Trip on the Fan.
Sounds good. Thanks, Nordo. 8:25 Power Trip Morning Show. Were you guys just drinking some milk out there?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah, that blue milk.
Blue Star Wars milk from Kemp's. It's very good.
kidding.
It's vanilla
Yeah,
flavored.
it's very good.
Well, May the 4th be with you is Saturday.
Oh.
Correct.
All right, there you go.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Good marketing. It's good marketing.
The Twins have won 8 straight, the most since 2011, and the longest current streak in Major League Baseball. Hey. How about that? Here's Rocco on getting the win against the White Sox yesterday.
I really liked the way that we played. It was kind of a get in the weeds, kind of, grimy game. We got off the plane. We had a long flight. We got in late, showed up, and we were ready to go. And pitching did a great job keeping us in this game.
Nice. There you go. That's Rocco. Here's Rudy Gobert on Ant and watching the development of his teammate as we head into the second round this Saturday.
It's been incredible. Watch him grow, watch him, learn and evolve as a leader, as a player. as a man too. It's been fun, and personally, I try to give him all the knowledge that I can. I try to, I want him to be a superstar, and I know he has that in him. So it's about, keep helping him grow, and and obviously it's incredible to watch.
Thank you for your honesty.
And here's Charles Manson being rude to a reporter lady.
You don't mind if I'm directing to the point, do you?
Not at all.
It don't take me to tell you that you're about 10 pounds overweight, does it?
Thanks.
But I have to be honest with you, Ken.
Those were all yesterday.
Today is National Honesty Day.
Wow.
And I love the phrase, it don't take me to tell you.
He's educated.
But I'm about to tell you.
It don't take me to tell you.
Was that all yesterday?
Charles Manson. Oak used to get so pissed at us playing Chuck Manson
So
sound
mad.
bites and basking in how funny Chuck is. He's a terrible person, but some of his quotes are epic.
So guess what we kept doing? Playing.
Don't encourage it.
encourage it.
Don't take me to tell you can lose about 10 pounds.
You don't mind if I'm directing to the point, do you?
Not at all.
It don't take me to tell you that you're about 10 pounds overweight, does it?
Thanks.
But I have to be honest with you, Ken.
He's trying to be charming.
And again,
He's the worst.
10.
Yeah.
Not
10.
you're 70 pounds
Yeah.
overweight.
Yeah.
It's just she's just a little overweight for Chuck's taste. You could lose about 10.
But then he's trying to be
10?
charming.
Right, trying to giggle it off.
Yeah.
And what a gentleman too. I can be direct and blunt with you, correct? Is this Yes, Chuck, this is acceptable.
Yeah. Go ahead,
You
Chuck.
lose about 10 pounds. Thanks.
Do you have him when he just starts
Thanks.
singing? Do we have all those?
Oh,
bits
he's such
still?
a crooner.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
The reason that the girls liked me was, hey now, I'm all around you. Hey now, up on your heart I can sing through you. And I play and I sing, and they say, hey man, you got soul in that music. And I said, yeah, I play a little bit,
Marney, we once had Rubes at the state fair see who could sing Chuck Manson the best, and we gave away prizes.
No.
Oh, yeah. And one guy nailed that song. It was perfect.
Yeah, I play a little bit,
Oh,
Hey now.
and
Hey now.
that's in the middle of a serious interview on CBS back in the
Well, he was being
late
serious.
90s. Yeah.
Look, you can't. I don't think you withhold that kind of a voice from the world. Society needs to hear
It's
that.
almost as if he's not mentally stable
Yeah.
and healthy.
Yeah, it's almost like he's been in prison his whole life,
Yeah.
and he's being interviewed about the same thing for the 100th time.
Sauce, this is going to come off as condescending.
Oh,
But it's too late. I already started my sentence.
go ahead.
Please tell him with all due respect.
With all due respect.
Thank you.
See, I can be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren Elena is playing at the Fillmore. Charles Manson is playing the main room at First Ave. Who do you go see and why?
Charles.
Well, he ain't signing merch after.
I bet he would.
He needs the money.
I think he'd have a lot of swastikas drawn on his 8x10 photos, but still, Chuck would sign some
He
stuff.
needs the cash.
He needs the cash.
Not anymore. Plenty of sex in
There,
prison.
we got to move on.
Who would sell out faster? That's how
Charles.
crazy this world is. I bet that show would sell out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. People would want to go see Manson.
Sing.
Yeah.
Well, don't people go see the guy that shot Reagan or whatever? Doesn't he do concerts or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that?
people don't go, though.
Who was that?
John
Was that
R.
Sirhan Sirhan?
No.
John who?
John R. Button.
Concerts like singing?
Yeah, I think he does
Yeah.
like singing or something like that.
Yeah, it's I keep it's Mark David Chapman, but I keep wanting to say Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Different guy.
No, yeah. Who's the guy that shot? Isn't it that shot Reagan? Isn't that Sirhan Sirhan? Who shot?
Not RFK? Who knows?
Doesn't
we
matter.
don't know history.
No.
I don't know. I think we should do headlines, though.
Okay.
Could
Am I the
Chuck
only
do them?
We just named a bunch of people that shot other people, but we're not sure if they're connected to the right people.
Gary hasn't yet, but he will.
Man, these are all things that we all knew 20 years ago, but getting up
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock in the morning doesn't help your memory.
Gary hasn't, but he will.
It was Charles Nelson Riley. He was on Match Game, and then he shot people.
What was that?
Headlines brought to you by our friends at Wolf River Electric. Wolf River Electric. You can go solar.
You think I can?
You want to get turned on? You go solar with Wolf River Electric.
Are we on KFAN.com/watch right now?
No idea.
Yeah,
we
I think
are.
so. Yeah.
What, is
Is
Nick
Nico
back there?
here?
Hey, Nick.
Is
Are you
Nick
over
back there?
Hey.
Oh, okay, he is back there.
Turn your mic
Careful
on.
with that nickname, Mark.
Hey, Nick. Now's your big chance to steal Zach's spot. Hi, Nick.
The
Spot
world's
stolen.
The world's oldest
Turn your
known
mic off
bird.
first.
I don't know how they know this, but the world's oldest known bird is back in the wild, and she's looking to hook up again.
That's an old bitch.
She is an albatross named Wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
The bird that she had been shacking up with hasn't been seen in a few years, but she's moved on. She's looking to hang out with new hot studs in the North Pacific off an island.
Studs.
Yeah, that's what this story says. How old do we think Wisdom is, the oldest known bird? Again, I don't know how they know how old she is, but they claim to have known how old she is.
Yeah, they
She's an
count the
albatross named Wisdom. She is how old, Marnie?
78.
78 years old, Max.
No Zacho here, so I'll do it for him. 69.
Okay. Sauce?
81.
Chris?
39.
39.
Max, you have made Zach proud. 72 years old. She's
Well done,
72. Still going for it.
Look at that.
Good job, cousin.
She took another lover. Unlike
Unlike Sauce's grandmother, who definitely did.
No, she did not.
But you know she's a freak with the name like Wisdom, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's her stage name.
Well, yeah, she was given that nickname by a couple of the fellas.
Oh, my God.
All right, here's another one that I think is kind of interesting. You guys can play along in your cars.
Two fellas.
A second grade teacher from California recently went to Syria. That was the last country that she had not been to. She has visited every country on earth, all 193 that are recognized by the United Nations. How many people have been recognized by the UN as going, or have gone to all 193 countries recognized by the UN? How many known people have done it? All 193.
Can't be that many.
10.
I bet she's the only one.
I'll say like 100.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say 50.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 400 is the right
400.
answer.
Oh.
400. Around 600 people have been to space, so it's more rare to have been to every country on Earth than to have gone to space.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
By the way, I would not have known that either. 600 people have gone to space. I would have had it
I
about
wouldn't have known
half
how many
that.
countries there were either.
Same.
I thought there was like 250.
But it must be, the recognized by the UN was the key part of it, probably. I'm going to be one of
You
those
got to
people
kind of
someday.
brag about it if you want the recognition, because you could have gone to every country, but you ain't going to show up in the database unless you tell everybody.
Right.
About
That's true.
it.
That's
Marnie,
true.
you've been to 3, right? Mexico, the U.S., and Canada.
That's correct.
Okay.
You're on your way, Morris.
Max, how many have you been to? 20-ish, maybe?
22? If you
22-ish?
count like the technical ones,
Yeah.
like the Vatican, Monaco. Or
Think how
whatever.
much you've traveled,
Right.
and you're about 170 short.
I know. I actually had a friend that I met in New Zealand, and she had been right to around the same. And she has an app that types it in, and she said she was only at like 9%. So I think I'm only at like 10 or 11%. But I'll be one of those people someday.
That
I'll be
try
one
to
of those
get close?
400. Yeah, that's my life goal.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Get it done, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Make it happen.
Thanks, guys.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is releasing a limited edition barbecue perfume.
Oh, Hawk has that on.
Well, it's
Careful.
only when I fart.
Oh,
Yeah, you should. More appropriately, I have that perfume on me.
good point, Max.
Mark, was that a laugh or I'm sick of you look? I can't tell.
I think it's both.
This is exactly like that Mitch Hedberg joke where he goes, I wish they made fajita cologne because that stuff smells good. That's the entire joke. But his cadence is so good, the crowd goes absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's
not even a joke. It's just because that stuff smells good. That's it.
He's so funny.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the show MILF Manor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've actually.
No.
Oh, yeah.
The twist apparently on season 2 of MILF Manor is that the father and sons are going to be going after the same women.
Hawk has seen that video.
He's lived that video.
Life.
Wow. That.
Oh, hey, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Can we move on?
Peacock is raising its price by $2 a month right before the Summer Olympics.
Oh, sweet. I love paying more for stuff.
And probably right before a new season of Yellowstone, I would guess. Aren't we close to that?
I don't know if they
There's
ever
no
finished
way that show sucks.
Come on.
It took a nosedive.
The third, halfway through the third season, When the first season goes and Cory says this is basically Red Dead where they just go on missions.
It felt like missions.
And then half of them are
specifically that one character. What was
Casey.
that? Yeah, it just seemed like he was playing Grand Theft Auto.
But he was always shocked when anything weird would happen. The acting is terrible.
Will you stop?
The third season on is awful TV. Marnie, back me up.
100%. But
It's
the
terrible.
first 2 seasons were so good
Yeah.
that I have faith that it could come back to that. It got to be a daytime soap opera.
Yes.
That's what the plots were. The
It got
storylines.
really
They were
bad.
just outrageous.
And Beth hates everything.
Well, yeah, she's pissed. So what? Turns me on. And they're doing a show about your mouth called Yellowtooth.
Oh, okay. Why are you so mad at me?
Because you played my show.
Yeah, but I also hate CSI. You don't call me Yellow CSI Tooth.
That's because I'm not dumb.
Funny.
If you liked the live-action Lion King, then Mufasa, the Lion King, the trailer is out. I believe it comes out in December, but the trailer is out for the next live-action Lion King.
It's like a prequel, right? Something like that.
It's almost the exact same voice cast, though. I think everybody's back. Or
How do
pretty
you get
close.
that scar?
Who knows?
Well,
I've
this
been
looks sweet.
wondering. There's a, will your daughter see Despicable Me 4? Any interest? I thought that was a great franchise.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Entertaining.
Bailey grew up during that era, loved all of those, but she's 18. I don't think she cares. I don't know if the little one cares or not yet. She likes the other ones, but I don't know.
Minions are hilarious,
Yeah, they're
man.
cute,
they're the
man.
best.
I like those guys.
But it is weird when it doesn't matter if it's Shrek or even Toy Story is a great example. That's like 30 years in the making now to have 4 of them. But when it goes through multiple generations, the kids kind of outgrow it. It's weird, right? If you go Despicable Me 1, and then the next year is 2, the next year is 3, the next year is 4, then you're going to get the same kids over and over and over again. When you do it like this, I don't know.
It's hard to do.
What about your
animation
daughter,
quickly.
Max? Is she a DME 4? Oh, sorry. Despicable. Despicable Me.
Oh my God.
What now?
Demi for what?
What, isn't that a new restaurant?
I mean, I hope she's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
any of that,
This-
but
Move
Does
on.
she like Despicable Me?
yeah, she does like Despicable Me. The first movie we ever went and saw in the theaters was the Minions movie, actually, but she fell asleep like 5 minutes in. So basically, just me and her mom saw the Minions movie.
happens.
Yeah, she played with
A wonderful memory.
the lean back seat, the reclining seats, and then just fell asleep right away.
Okay.
So.
Cutest ever.
A lonely man who's tired of being single has put up a $400 a week billboard seeking, quote, marriage and karaoke.
What?
Seeking marriage
And
and karaoke.
How about just keep going to karaoke bars and find a gal there and save the $400 a week?
Well, you
Yeah.
got good
I
ideas.
mean, I don't know. Again,
Yeah, it's not
I'm
bad.
the wrong person to ask. I was single for like a decade.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
25% of employed Americans are worried about losing their jobs in the next year. That's kind of crazy, right? A quarter of us are freaked out that we're going to lose our jobs.
Yeah, that is.
Not
that's
quit our
scary.
jobs, lose our
That's
jobs.
scary.
Could happen anytime, man.
Yep.
That's why you got to remember.
Really could.
They call it work for a reason. Enjoy
Yeah.
your life.
Let the good times roll, right, Hawk?
Well, I mean, that's, you said it there, Mr. Carr.
How about this one? I don't really understand this. I'm not going to pretend I know how insurance companies work.
He's
but
down the hall.
They keep you from getting sued and stuff.
I know that part, yeah, but I don't understand this part. Just weeks before the start of hurricane season, thousands of homeowners in Florida are being dropped by their home insurance companies.
How is that a thing?
I don't know. That's exactly what I don't understand. How they can just drop you right before hurricane season. I don't know.
I don't know.
Seems like
That doesn't seem
not a
right.
great tactic.
Doesn't
Yeah,
seem
what-
right, does it?
Right.
That's how you. So you do they give you the money back for paying it all the time? I doubt it. What a joke! I'm serious.
You're pissed.
It's almost as if there's more to the story.
So when winter shows up, car insurance companies are just going to cancel our insurance, right? Because it's slippery out. That's stupid.
You're pissed.
Well, that's dumb.
Keep talking.
How do they think if other companies did that?
Let's
Such
name a
as?
couple more.
Keep
Think
going.
of like once
Give
you
us
get
another
to,
example.
once you get to 65, you no longer have health insurance because you're bound to die. Think of that. You get all the money you spent on health insurance back? No.
Scream it, brother.
You know I'm right. You
Yeah,
don't-
I just
no,
said
I'm not.
I agreed.
I'm talking to the wicked witch over there.
Yeah, I've talking.
I've talked. He knows I'm right though.
Max, so this is something you had to live through, but it still blows my mind that this doesn't happen. I don't want to say more often, but it hasn't happened more times
Hasn't
than it
happened to me
should
yet.
have. Right. How about, do you guys remember the moment where you were when you either saw or heard the news that Monica Seles had been stabbed in the back when she was sitting there at that tennis match? It happened on this date, April 30th in 1993. The attacker was an obsessed fan of Steffi Graf, who Monica recently beat at the Australian Open. Seles didn't play professional tennis again for nearly 3 years. Just stabbed in the back.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Monica Seles
she was sitting
elite.
down, during like a change, when you change the break or whatever, and he just walked down the stands and leaned over and
Just stabbed her in the back.
plunged her. It was horrific.
Dude, it's
It was
terrifying.
horrific,
It's terrible. Yeah.
Oh.
And again, not that it matters if she was the 190th ranked tennis player. That's still awful, but she was elite.
Elite.
And it was basically, you're going to ruin Steffi Graf's career because you're going to keep beating her, so I need to take you out. I'm honestly floored that it doesn't happen. Maybe that stuff happens in soccer overseas and I don't hear about it, but
crazy stuff does happen in
it's
soccer.
it's fantastic it doesn't happen more here in the States. With our gun culture, too, I'm surprised it hasn't. Paul, your hands up.
On a different note, Woj just tweeted the Timberwolves coach Chris Finch will undergo a surgery to repair his right patellar tendon on Wednesday, and it remains unclear whether he'll be able to open conference semifinal series on the bench.
Surgery on Wednesday.
So, yeah.
And they play Saturday. So he would
once
even
you're
have to
flying.
he would have to fly. I would assume, I don't know, would you need like Glenn Taylor's charter flight?
So dumb question. Why not just have the surgery there in Colorado?
Right.
Right? There's got to be a good surgeon
It doesn't
there.
say where the surgery is, right? So maybe that is on.
Yeah, go have surgery in
Maybe that
Colorado.
is a
Then you don't have to worry about flying during recovery.
What a strange and unfortunate wrinkle to put into a second round playoff series.
Classic Minnesota sports.
Does it, in your mind, dampen our chances in any way?
No, but it's certainly an obstacle that you have to overcome. It might be the rallying point for the team. They love Finchie. He is an awesome guy. Yeah. He's awesome, and he is someone you would run through a brick wall for. That kind of old cliche for a coach. But he's also a very good coach. He has a great staff, though. So, it'll be a challenge. It'll be a wrinkle. I would think the first two games in Denver are going to be the most difficult because they'll be able to figure something out better in Minnesota. Denver will accommodate. If they say we need him in the second row and we need some sort of cushion for him to put his leg on, they'll figure that out. The NBA will accommodate.
How pimp will this be if they basically give him just a lazy boy in the second row and he's just got his feet up like Max's daughter falling asleep at Despicable Me and Finch is just the most comfortable dude. He's got the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
Like Rosie, but not quite. That would be awesome. That makes sense, though. I haven't thought that about
3 days post surgery of a major. Right. It's not even like an ACL or MCL. From what I've heard, the patellar tendon surgery and injury itself are pretty significant. It's more like Achilles in the terms of severity.
Yeah. So somebody, I don't know if they were a doctor or not, but somebody on Twitter when it was announced that that's what his injury was said to feel normal could take more than a year.
Oof.
Right, that it's like months of rehab and recovery, but to truly get it back to feeling like it's not there anymore is a year plus. That's a significant amount of time.
60-ish.
He's bound for death. Health companies are going to start taking away his life insurance and health coverage and all this stuff. He's bound to die.
54.
Oh, he's 54. Sorry, Finchie.
Wow. Well, just like we can't believe more people haven't been stabbed playing tennis. I'm a little surprised more fans in the front row or coaches or referees, people don't get hurt more often at NBA games because that wasn't even that serious of a crash, just ran into them. But when the players are flying into the stands, I can't believe cameramen don't get completely annihilated more often. Cheerleaders, the broom people, front row people, the elitists like Mark Rosen who sit front row.
He pays for those, right?
Well, of course. Yeah. You don't just get those for free. To earn them. And end scene.
All right. Would you like a joke?
100%.
Again, I have one. And again, this one took me an hour.
An hour?
And I'm going to not do this bit anymore because it's killing me.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so I've got one and then I've got two. I have two setups that I was not able to complete. And I'll give those to all of you. First, the actual joke that took me an hour. A woman in Quebec is searching for answers after discovering that her... A woman in Quebec is searching for answers after discovering that her father's remains were actually those of another man.
Oh, good.
Miriam Jarcourt was with her 68-year-old dad on vacation in Cuba when he died of a heart attack. And the casket that arrived last week in Quebec contained the body of a Russian man, not her father. When Miriam asked for an explanation, authorities said, "Sorry, Daddy."
That took you an hour?
But Daddy, because it was her dad.
Right.
Was not her dad. Sorry, Daddy.
Sorry, Daddy.
I feel like at the end of that hour, you just gave up.
I'm going to read the last
hour.
sentence again, and I'm going to let Sauce say the "sorry, Daddy," because there is an inflection part that goes with it.
Brilliant.
When Miriam asked for an explanation, authorities said,
"Sorry, Daddy."
I don't know what you mean, but
I like it.
It had the cadence of a joke.
Okay, here's the setup. You can all have at it. At the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday night, President Joe Biden joked about his age. He is 81. Donald Trump is 77. That's where I left it. I was going dench. I was going to couldn't understand the jokes because their teeth were on the table.
Right.
And I had to put Donald in there so I could be fair to both. I wasn't going to rip one and not the other.
Strategically, that's smart marketing for Marney
Touch it.
Gellner.
Oh.
Right? Republicans buy shoes, right, Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets
There
it.
he is.
Mike gets it.
Wow, that's Michael Jordan.
Sauce, you're the professional.
You got two old
Biden's
men here.
81, Trump's 77.
All right. Here's the other
one.
setup.
Do you, Captain Funny Pants?
You're a captain.
That was funny.
I didn't
Let
know
me
you got
just
a promotion.
see if this one comes any easier.
Sparks anybody's fancy?
The U.S. Department of Transportation has announced new airline regulations, including prompt cash refunds when flights are canceled or significantly changed. No word on. And then there's something like somebody who takes his shoes off. What could the airlines give your money back for?
Oh.
No.
Comedy!
See that? Now you know why it took
Why
me
is
an
the
hour.
only thing that survives a plane crash the black box? Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box?
What about people who miss their flights on purpose? Tommy Olsen.
Oh, yeah. Did we get a follow-up text?
idea.
Have you, Hawk?
About that? Because that was not good.
Don't know.
Not good.
He intentionally missed.
Well, no, he told
it was
us.
an accident.
He told us last Thursday he was basically going to go on a 72-hour rager and catch a red eye so he could make a Monday meeting, but he quote missed his flight. So again, not good to advertise that you're going to be a disaster and then miss your flight and then have to probably call in with some fake excuse why you missed your Monday meeting.
I don't know that it was fake.
Well, it was true that he missed his flight. I doubt it was for the reasons he gave.
Understood.
Yeah, so he missed big boy job on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's the end of the joke segment.
An Idaho man was arrested on an alcohol-related charge and other counts after he allegedly kicked a bison at Yellowstone National Park last week.
Oh, poor Carson Wentz.
And, of course, was injured by one of the massive animals. The man from Idaho Falls is accused of kicking a bison in the leg in the West Entrance Road. His injuries were minor. He was arrested and charged with being under the influence of alcohol to a degree that may endanger oneself. That's an interesting charge.
I'm in the Black Hills.
A woman he was with was charged with driving under the influence as well. So they had it all covered.
When you
He
drive,
kicked a bison.
when you drive past any of those things, like the bison or the buffaloes, I don't know what the difference is. Who cares? They're gigantic.
They're big.
That's a huge bitch.
Who would think to kick them? They're gigantic.
An idiot.
An idiot. A drunken idiot.
Yes.
It's an idiot.
Your Carson Wentz line, Sauce, that was very good and very quick.
Thank you.
It was right at the beginning of the joke, something about ran into a bison. He said Carson Wentz.
Excellent. The NFL draft did well for Detroit.
Visit Detroit President and CEO Claude Molinari says they're still finalizing the impact and will have a final report by June, but he predicts the amounts will exceed the estimates. Some 775,000 people attended the event, while another 34 million people watched the draft on TV.
Jeez.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan says the city should be proud of the warm welcome it provided last week. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Tammy said worm welcome.
She is unbelievably bored with her own report. I thought that was artificial intelligence the first 3 or 4 seconds of the soundbite. It sounded like one of those text-to-speech bots.
Yeah.
The Fallout television series is proving to be a giant hit. Based on the video game franchise, the series is seen by 65 million viewers in the first 60 days of availability on Amazon Prime Video. Numbers make it the second most watched title ever on that platform and the most watched since 2022. Amazon also went on to say the show was the most watched ever among those who were 18 to 34 years of age.
Interesting.
Anybody seen it, Max?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I have a lot of friends that are big into the Fallout games, and they're like diehard, and they love the show.
Oh,
they
good.
said,
based on a video game.
Isn't
Marney.
Charge a big fan of Fallout?
Fallout?
Yeah,
Not sure.
I think he is.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's really good, so I got to check that out. I think it's second only behind the Lord of the Rings show.
That was pretty solid.
I loved,
Special on Amazon's Patriot.
Last of Us. The Last of Us?
Last of Us was was really good.
Yes, and that was based on a video game, and I still don't understand how. I don't get that
I never finished that.
flavor of video game.
So good.
Never finished it.
So
Yeah,
good.
the storytelling in video games is a huge part of video games in the last, 20 years.
Intriguing.
Big
I'm
part of
writing
it.
a Red Dead Redemption television show.
Oh, yeah? Where's your first stop?
Valentine Bathtub.
For what? A Sudsy HJ?
That's the name of the episode.
Title of the podcast.
Sudsy HJ. Yeah, yeah. It's and strangely enough, that's the main character's name. It's based on one of the prostitutes.
As you know, Hawk, you got to get down the mountain and not kick your own horse.
Well, I'm gonna have to kill a few wolves and punch a horse. You've read the first episode.
Kill a few wolves. Sorry, Rudy Gobert.
Come on.
Poor Anthony Edwards.
If Zach had said the Carson Wentz joke, he would have gone, oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, Zach's clever. Zach's in France. Marney, we'll see you on Friday for initials, right?
Okay, I'll be here.
All right.
No Parish for initials.
No Parish, I know.
Oh, we getting a guest?
I don't know. I put out one flyer. We'll see. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, but 9 to noon is next.